Students are struggling to afford their post-secondary education more than any previous generation. Record high tuition fees combined with the recession have taken a heavy toll on students and their families, with the worst of it borne by vulnerable groups including those with disabilities and racialized people. Rapidly increasing students' costs and a lower than average availability of summer work have contributed to an increasing number of students working during the school year and have a negative effect on a student's academic performance, particularly when the student is working more than 20 hours per week, an occurrence that is becoming much more common. We called with Nikita Bat, President of the Youth Student Union and member of the Canadian Federation of Students, who gave us her input on the topic. She also told us the reasons behind this increase as well as the implication of increased student tuition fees.
Students should not be at the age of 17, 18 worrying about mortgage-sized loans. An individual in my generation is never going to be able to be rid of debt. I think something that we also need to remove is the culture of debt that we're going into, and kind of look at education as something as an essential service.
One major critique of the increasing tuition fees is that it is increasing at a much higher rate than inflation. This means that tuition fees are much more expensive than the average citizen is able to make.
When you tie tuition fees to inflation, our tuition fees would be much lower. They would be around $3,000 to $4,000. However, we are seeing that our tuition fees are actually not going up at the same rate as inflation. And that's because the government is mitigating their responsibility and putting it on the student. The government is lowering their standards and lowering their investment into education. If tuition fees keep on going up, the sad reality is my children will have to pay around $100,000 for a 4-year degree, and that is something that I will not sit quietly about. So.